all that interception, say what needs to be said. Now, man, let's talk about the Hall of Fame. You know, y'all saw the game, you know, we saw the introduction, you know, all that was great. You know, congrats to all those, you know, that made it to the Hall of Fame. You know, I know it's a proud moment for everybody. Salute to everybody, you know what I mean? If y'all don't understand why I'm here and why I go so hard, I'm here, I'm advocating for the future players. People want to know, what does it take to get into the Hall of Fame? That's all we're here for. We want to know, what does it take to get in the Hall of Fame? It shouldn't be no secret. Is it a secret society or something? You know, put it out there. Let everybody know, what does it take to get to the Hall of Fame? Because, you know, it's confusing. A guy like me, that's a curious guy, I want to know. You know what I mean? So let me talk to y'all a little bit. Let me surprise y'all, right? Now, this is something, like I said, I deal with facts and, you know, a little bit of opinions, but I deal with facts, right? So Deion Sanders, right? First ballot Hall of Famer, right? We all know Deion resume, his career, outstanding, you know, one of the best to ever do it, if not the best to do it, you know, all that good stuff, right? But let me tell you something. Deion Sanders retired in 2001, just abruptly from the Redskins. He had a great contract. He had just signed there. He played 1 year, then he just abruptly retired, right? In 2001. When he retired, I think he had like 47 interceptions or something. He was under 50, right? Then he comes back out of retirement in 2004 and joins the Baltimore Ravens. And then I think he gets like 5 interceptions in 2 years, and then he gets over 50 interceptions. I was curious because I always thought it was 50 to get into the Hall of the Fame. But, you know, a lot of people don't have 50. I mean, it's 40, you know, 44, 45 is the number. I was always curious, when Deion Sanders came out of retirement, did the media tell him he needs to have over 50 interceptions to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Just a question. It's nothing else. Like I said, I'm a guy just searching for answers. If that is so, the amount of disrespect the NFL is putting on the legends that came before us is crazy. If Deion had to go through that to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, come out of retirement, that would be crazy. Now I'm saying, I'm just researching, I'm just asking, it's just a question, you know what I mean? So let's move on a little bit, right? So now we're on Twitter. I'm scrolling through, you know, me doing my thing like I always do. And I see Rich Eisen wrote a tweet, or actually it comes from the NFL. You know, he's talking about the Hall of Fame and all that good stuff. On his tweet, he says, and he was basically talking about how this 2009 season propelled Revis to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. And me, curious guy I am, like I said, so is that all you need to be a Hall of Famer? You just need one great year to be a Hall of Famer? Because I got plenty of great years. So that's my question. We need to know for the future, these young men want, and what is going to be considered a great year. So we're here. We want to know, right? Hey, hold on. Pause. Whoa, pause. Speaking of Mr. Revis, I accepted your challenge. You called me out on a boxing match. And I thought we was going, you know, go in there and have a little fun. Obviously, you called me out on a boxing match. You must have some boxing history. And I'm sitting here and I'm watching the Hall of Fame and inductees and stuff like that. And you pop up on the screen. Please, y'all look at this. Now, Revis, you really called me out, and you know the shape you in, and was you serious or you was just trolling? I'm gonna take that as you was just trolling, Revis. You don't really want to fight. You didn't want to, not fight. There's no beef. Like I said, you don't really want to get in that boxing ring. Yeah, you can still be strong, and you might throw some haymakers, but how long could you last looking like that? You know what I mean, my brother? You know what I mean? So it's all just fun and games, man. Shout out to Revis. You know, I know it was a proud moment for you, but again, let's look at this picture. Let's not talk about boxing now, you know what I mean? But all good, man. But back to this Hall of Fame stuff, right? Like me, all we can do is compare to see what we come up with and try to figure this thing out. That's all we can do, right? So I'm gonna talk about a couple players. You got John Lynch, he's a safety in the Hall of Fame. Brian Dawkins, he's a safety in the Hall of Fame. And then you got Ray Lewis, hands down, one of the greatest linebackers to do it in the Hall of Fame, right? But I want to talk about some players that's not in the Hall of Fame. We got Rodney Harrison that's not in the Hall of Fame. Rodney Harrison, if you don't understand, this dude is a monster on the field. I think it was either him or Ray Lewis was the first to have 30 for 30. If he wasn't the first, he's the second or the third, meaning 30 interceptions and 30 sacks. John Lynch don't have that, and my boy Brian Dawkins don't have that. But Ray Lewis does have that. Now, if that's not first ballot Hall of Fame material, then what is? That's all we're doing is asking. Now, if it's something technical, whatever to deal with for people not being in the Hall of Fame or whatever, that's none of our business, or maybe you should put it out there so we can know. But 30 for 30 interceptions and 30 sacks. Let me understand what I'm telling you. Rodney Harrison is not in the Hall of Fame, and he is one of the first, if not the first, to have 30 interceptions and 30 sacks. This is crazy, right? So now, another one that I think should be in the Hall of Fame. London Fletcher. London Fletcher. Every player know when you played against London Fletcher, the offense, a game plan, the offense would tell you that we could try our hardest, but he's going to be in on every tackle. London Fletcher led the league in tackles plenty of years. He was a tackling machine, and that's what you're supposed to do. Tackle and make plays. And he was doing that. Show London Fletcher. Let me put the stats up there. And I'm just comparing a little bit and see. This is what we get. But he's not in the Hall of Fame. And that's another one. I'm going to touch on a couple more players. Eric Allen has over 50 interceptions, a Philadelphia Eagle, and Troy Vincent. He's right there at 47. These are two people that should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't understand why Troy Vincent, he's in the media. He's an NFL PA, whatever. Why isn't he in the Hall of Fame? We want to know, what does it take? That's all. I know they had a great season. I know I had a few of them. And then one last one. Got Ken Riley, Florida boy. R.I.P. to Ken Riley, man. Shout out to his family, man. Condolences. Man, had 65 interceptions at the safety position. Now, you mean to tell me we got to wait till we dead and gone to be in the Hall of Fame, and we have 65 interceptions? You mean to tell me that ain't a game changing? He is blowing other safety stats out by double. This is 65 turnovers by one man. And now he can't even celebrate this while he's alive and doing well. Man, we got to fix this. All we want to know is the criteria. That's all we ask for, the criteria, whatever it takes to get into the Hall of Fame. That's all we asking. We don't want to guess if we're a Hall of Famer. We don't want to wait to see if somebody's going to pick us, because we know man let us down in life. We're not worried about man. We want to know facts, because somebody could feel a certain way about you. They might not like your swag. They might not like the way you act, the way you walk, the way you talk, because I know a lot of them didn't like the way I walk and talk, because I talk that shit, and that's how I'm going to always be. You know what I mean? Y'all getting Asante Samuel, all my thoughts before I had a podcast that I used to talk with everybody. Now I'm just letting it out in the real world on the podcast. This is who I am, and this is how I deal every day with my friends. And we talk about facts, we talk about life. But we want to get down to the bottom. We're going to move on.